Alright, boys. It's pretty late, so we're just going to try and jump straight into this. We got GGM versus IQ. Let's pull up the draft here. Alright. So, GGM banning Twisted Fate, Syndra, Gwen, Cassante, and Trundle. Um, Quite a few top lane bans over against Richie. I'm pretty sure Richie's playing top lane for IQ this season. So, respect towards Richie. TF is also, I believe, a Richie ban. So, yeah, Richie pulling quite a bit of bans from GGM here. And then on the side of IQ, Talia, Lilia, Asol, Rumble, and Malphite. Rumble and Malphite bans against Pat Jones. And then Talia Lilia against Pyrowin and Asol against Simi No Mas. All decent bans. I think they play quite a bit of those champions respectively. So, and that's a nice diverse ban list though. 2 against the top laner, 1 against the mid laner, 2 against the jungle. So whereas GGM pretty much just banned Richie outside of the Syndra ban. So a lot of respect towards Richie's name in these games. Let's see. Vigo picked up. I would assume that would be. Well, we see the Amumu, but I would have to assume that Amumu would be support in this game. So Vigo picked up for Pyrowin. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with GGM's team, so forgive me. But it would be Amumu for the support and Varus for the ADC. I like those 3 pickups in the first phase. Really heavy gank setup for Pyrowin in the bot lane, and honestly just a lot of damage. Amumu has a lot of burst damage, and then Varus the same. So whoever Amumu is able to bandage, if Varus is able to ult, should die every single time. So I really like the first round picks for GGM. Maokai, Seraphine, and Ashe picked up. We saw Seraphine and Ashe a couple days ago actually. But it will be Janna at the support role. So Seraphine mid for IQ. I cannot remember who's playing mid for IQ. I should really know this stuff, honestly, but there's just a lot of new names, and I don't remember them all. So my apologies. I do know that Rihi is playing top though for IQ. That's about as much as I know. But Seraphine Ashe being picked up with Maokai jungle. Seraphine is always a good flex pick, and I think if you're gonna play Seraphine, picking Seraphine in first phase is by far and away the best way to use it. So I really like that. And then Ashe is just Ashe. Honestly, just a good ADC right now with the item changes and support meta. So I like it. And then we got Janna being picked up in, I don't know, R3. Janna Ashe doesn't have a whole lot of kill pressure, but picking up the Janna, seeing the Amumu virus is actually a really good pick. A lot of peel, a lot of disengage. Hey Richie. A lot of peel, a lot of disengage. So I do like that pickup. I think it's. Is it Jubilee? Is it Jubilee ADC? I believe. Yeah. So Ashe on the Jubilee. I can't remember who's playing support. I'm gonna stop. Okay, Thanks, Richie. Yeah, of course. Tristana Mordekaiser getting picked up. I would assume that is the Tristana mid lane. Could be Varus mid for all we know, but I'm assuming that's Tristana mid. And then Mordekaiser in the top lane for Pat Jones. I like that. I like seeing Simi No Mas on a carry, and then Pyrowin on a carry as well. Pat Jones on kind of that mediating. Excuse me. I'm kind of like that mediating top laner that can kind of go even in lane if it's a bad matchup, which I'm not sure about the Yon Mordekaiser matchup. Not one I've seen a whole lot, but I would have to assume that it's probably Yon favored, as most matchups with Yon are. So we'll just have to see. But that is Richie on the Yon. So one I've seen him play a lot and is pretty damn good at. All right. Just going by sheer team comp here, I really like GGM's all-in playstyle. They have good pick. They have good team fight. Not much more to say about it. Just really good pick and team fight. Like a very good all-around comp. With Tristana being able to split push if needed. So, I really like GGM's team comp. IQ's team, in my opinion, IQ's team comp is kind of it's there. It's a heavy pick comp, with an emphasis on AOE team fighting. So Yon ult with Seraphine ult with Maokai ult. So essentially either Ashe and Maokai engage, and then there's a follow up with the other one that doesn't, and then Seraphine ult with the Yon ult. Just looking to essentially wombo combo, and then Janna is there to disengage if they counter engage. So pretty simplistic team comp coming out from IQ, and I've always been a big fan of simplicity. I've always said that I've been a big fan of simplicity. So I like that IQ's team comp is so easy to execute. I think I'm gonna have to give it to GGM though. I really like their team comp. Just a very well all around high damage team comp with innate tankiness in there too. Vigo becomes really tanky with that Titanic Hydra rush. Amumu is one of your standard tanks. Mordekaiser, even though he builds all damage health items, still very tanky. So I think GGM wins this one. Sorry, Richie. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. I might be casting the art games tonight, so we're just gonna push ahead here. Crap, I didn't set it up beforehand. My bad, guys, my bad. My bad. Scoreboard. That should do it. Let's rearrange people here. And there we go. Alright, let's get started. I always like to judge how the junglers are going to play it based off of their jungle item. Vigo went into I feel like the game audio is really loud, so I'm gonna lower that just a tad bit. Okay. Vigo went into the movement speed jungle item, which makes me think he's gonna be really aggressive in the enemy jungler. Oh my god, this might be a pick on the Maokai. Moon lands the banish cost, but Maokai is able to flash away. Do they have enough damage? I don't think so. Maokai is able to make it out with a nicely timed Q. Good job by Bucci there. And that is 2 flashes and an ignite on the side of GGM. So Bucci playing that really well. But again, Vigo going the movement speed jungle item makes me think that he's going to be highly aggressive, and maybe is going to be invading quite a bit, especially into a Maokai. And then Maokai going green is looking to start these fights, so maybe playing more for the mid game. If he was playing for the early game ganks, he probably would have went blue. So. Alright. Looks like Vigo's going for a standard full clear here. Not much really, I don't think, going to be going on. Tristana hitting level 2 will probably lead into a hyper-aggressive jump. But she took a teleport over Ignite, so doesn't have as much kill pressure in lane as she possibly could. So, we'll see. Oh, and I guess Pat Jones is at support this game? And Stitch is in the top lane on the Mordekaiser. I just noticed that. Nice pull from Stitch, but it looks like Yon is going to get the better of the situation. Trades the Ignite for the flash. Nicely done by Richie to remain calm and know his damage in that scenario. Looking to stop the back, and he is able to get it off, but takes the tower shot as it goes. Flashes the Vigo W, nicely timed. Didn't flash too early. Austin Air remaining, keeping a cool head. And Richie taking more tower shots. He's in a dangerous position here now. Vigo was pathing into the top side, so Richie's going to have to play really safe here. And Ashe and Janna getting the early push. I'd really like to see them just crash this wave and take it back. But it looks like they're going to maybe try and harass. What's the gold at? Ooh, big engage coming out of the Tristana here. We'll get the damage down, but Vigo is here. But minions will block the W. Or the path of the W, so he didn't even use it. I don't know. I think Ashe and Janna probably should have taken it back there and gotten Ashe could have gotten a longsword and boots, and then still gotten back in time to catch that wave. So, I don't think people use. I haven't been noticing people crashing their waves correctly in the games that I've been casting. So I think that's something a lot of teams can work on. Ooh, big engage going onto the Ashe here. Mumu lands a bandage touch onto the Maokai. Maokai has no flash from the beginning of the game. Tristana jumping back in. Nice Seraphine. Will Ashe burn the death? She will not. First blood going over to Tristana from the Janna. Nicely done. Janna, well, that's actually Vigo. Vigo looking for another play. Gets the tornado knockup. Can he get close to the Maokai, though? Does get the W down, and Maokai will fall as well. Big play coming out from GGM. A nice solid 1k gold lead in their pockets. And the two hyper carries of the team picking up the kills as well. So, nicely done by GGM. It looks like Yon is getting the better of this lane. But only has a little bit more CS to his name for it. And Seraphine playing a dangerous game here. Tristana actually took fleet footwork, so she gave up all kill pressure of Halo Blades and Ignite for the late game runes. And I guess fleet footwork is also an early game rune. But Halo Blades Tristana is just so much kill pressure in the laning phase. And we got Stitch evening out the CS here. Yon no longer ahead. And Ashe opted in the 2 longswords rather than a longsword and boots. In a lane like Varus and Mumu, I think you need to go early boots. Not much going on here. It looks like Amumu Versa is trying to crash this wave. Because Dragon is being taken by Pyrowind and Simino Mas. So nicely done by the bot lane of GGM to push to crash that wave at the right time. I think Richie needs to start getting some love up here. Getting Yon some early kills leads to a snowballing Yon, which leads to a very bad time for the enemy team. So I really think that Bucci should be playing towards topside. Not because playing towards top side, Seraphine has good gank setup, Yon has good gank setup and follow up. The side of the bot lane of IQ really doesn't have good gank setup. Nice dodge by Asanair on that Vigo W. God, I cannot speak tonight. I have to stop doing these late night casts. But no, very very nicely done by Asanair to dodge that Vigo W. That would have surely been a kill. Tristana does hit level 6. I guess she was already level 6. I think that was Seraphine leveling up. I just heard that level up animation. She's not going in. Does have her ultimate. Will she get it down? She won't. Just not in range. Moo lands the binding on the Varus ultimate and will take down Jubilee. That's what I'm saying. If you get hit by either of those abilities, you're pretty much just dead. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a dive here. And Zed will just back out. Dodging the claw. Seraphine will be picked up here. I think this will be a kill. Seraphine is surprisingly elusive, so we shall see. Has to flash over the wall. Vigo looking to engage even further. Does Seraphine have her shield? She does not. Decides to use her E instead. I don't know, maybe she just didn't have mana or it was on cooldown. Mordekaiser ulting the Yon. The Yon ults right back. Does he pick up the kill though? He does. Nicely done. I think Mordekaiser flashed to still be in the Yon ult instead of like flashing to the side to get out of Yon ult. I think that was a deciding factor. So just a slight misplay from Mordekaiser. And my god, Tristana helps take Krugs so fast. Not Krugs. Grubs. Grubs. They're Grubs, guys. And GGM quickly taking this early game away. 2.5k up at 9:45 is actually pretty significant. So, and he got 2 kills on this major late game champion. Tristana returning the damage. Is not afraid of Seraphine early game damage. Yon dashing back in. And Mordekaiser went Warden's Mail first rush. Honestly, probably one of the smarter things I've seen. I think Yon is looking to go into the Bork rush over the Kraken Slayer this time, which I think might be the right play. Dragon will be spawning in about 50 seconds here, so IQ looking to take this one away. They are setting up nice vision for it. Getting the scuttle. Honestly, surprisingly, Mordekaiser is able to keep up in CS with the Yon. I was expecting Yon to kind of take that lane away, but maybe that early Warden's Mail is just a secret tech against Yon. I think most people would rush Ninja Tabis, but maybe the Warden Mail is just better. Side GGM shoving this wave in once again to get this dragon. And it looks like it's not going to be contested. They set up so much vision for it on the side of IQ and just not deciding to not contest it. 2 dragons over to the side of GGM before the 12-minute mark. We might have an early soul on our hands. 24-minute soul, maybe. Oh, I guess... Is Dragon only 5 minutes now? I thought it used to be 6. Big damage coming out from Reheat. Wow. Wow. That E did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Yeah, I would agree with you, Reheat. I think Yon does outscale most champions in his top lane matchups. Maybe besides Trundle. I think Trundle probably outscales the Yon. Trying to catch him in between waves here. Or in between towers. Z doing the... Ooh. Aggressive Amumu ult. Isn't able to get it. Ooh, the Varus ult doesn't land. Ooh, but Ash walking just a little too forward. The max range bandage toss will secure the kill, but Vigo will fall to the Janna. You're not immune to towers when you are changing forms. The Maokai ult will come out, but Tristana does have flash. Does this reach? Tristana will just flash over the wall to dodge it. Honestly, that was a good look by GGM. Good look by GGM to fight in between the turrets there and catch them on their way back to the wave. But Pyroan taking one too many tower shots will make it into a 1-1. Let's take a look at our items here real quick. We got Reheat going into the Bork like I figured he would. We got some early heal cut on the Maokai, which I think is the right move as well. Seeing as you are going to be that main front line. Trying to stop Vigo from grabbing this scuttle, but I think he will just grab it. Yon getting pulled into the... Was he not in the death room? No, he was not. We got the Ninja Tabis and the Warden's Mail on the Mordekaiser. We got the early Kraken Slayer on the Vigo, which is interesting because I thought Titanic Rush was the thing to do now. I could be wrong, Pyro, and like you play jungle, like you're the top tier jungler. I'm not, but maybe decide to go because Maokai might be a problem. I'm not sure, but I thought Titanic Rush was the thing to go on Vigo now. Looks like it might be Bork in the mid lane for Tristana as well. And we got the Nashers on the Varus. So literally just going for that burst damage in the bot lane with a Amumu Varus. Well, I mean, you said it, Tyler, not me. Like, so I can't be hated on. Pyroan is here. Reed decides just to ult out. Oh, Reed uses his E to try and dodge the W, but it kind of backfired on him. So he had to use his flash to get away. And Pyroan using his Shroud very well here. And looking for some more, but deciding against it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll zoom out. I forgot to do that. There we go. My bad, my bad. Ooh, heavy engage coming out from Bucci onto the Vigo here. Are they going to be able to get him, though? No, he will flash away at quarter health. This will be the Tristana going down, though. Insta CC chained. Nicely done by IQ for that quick pick. And that's kind of the entirety of IQ's team comp, though. Is like you lock down one target, they can't move. So, and they did that really well, and it kind of showed in that fight against Pyron there as well. Yon doesn't yet have his Bork. I'm pretty sure he has the money for it. So, yeah, he's sitting on 2,200 gold. Reed, what are you doing? Go back and get your Bork. You'd be killing this Mordekaiser. Come on. And it looks like the first tower will be for IQ in the top lane here. Almost 3,000 gold he's sitting on. I'm assuming that's a Rift Herald that just needed to be spawned. Or it might have been a misclick as well, I'm not sure. Doesn't get the charge off though. Ooh, Zed getting caught out here. And that is some nice CC chain right there as well. Zed will fall to Pyron and Pat Jones. Win by feeding, Pyron. That used to be the thing with Mordekaiser. Big Amumu followed by the Var Assault, but Ash Arrow will stop Varus from continuing any further. Now he's going to run down Maokai. Oh my god, there's so much stuff going on. Vigo picking up a near-death kill onto the Yone. And it looks like Seraphine will fall last. Big team fight for the side of GGM. Pyron living with like 15 health there before being able to pick up that body. Nice. Nicely done. And will this be Zed killing the Tristana? I think he is just going to walk away. And that'll be the third dragon picked up in for GGM at 18 minutes. Wow. Very nicely done. Really big team fight by GGM. They were able to split up IQ pretty well. So I think that was a pretty deciding factor. IQ was very split during that fight. And then Amumu ult catching 2 was really good. And Pyro kind of in a bind here, but he will just get out. I think he could have fought that, honestly, with how big he is. I'm going to need one of you guys to just win because I'm tired and I have a whole nother series to cast after this. So someone just win. Alright. Let's do a quick item look here. We got the standard 2 lifesteal build coming out from the Yon with the Bork and the shield bow. We got the Thorn Mail finished up, first item for the Maokai, which I kind of like, and actually I do really like that. Though it's really only benefiting 2 people, Mordekaiser and Vigo, against them. Because Mordekaiser has Conqueror and he does heal quite a bit off his Conqueror during team fights, but outside of that, it's not really doing much but provide armor. Ooh, big engage coming out from Richie onto the Mordekaiser here. Doesn't get him, but does chunk him out pretty bad. He did not see the Amumu, and he doesn't have an ult to get away this time. Amumu bandages a minion, but Richie will probably still go down here regardless. Nicely done by GGM picking up another pick. IQ might be able to respawn with the mid lane turret here, maybe? I don't think so. Neither of them do a whole lot of damage to the turret. Just on a split pushing in the bot lane, grabbing the outer bot lane turret of IQ. And we got Shadow Flame on the AP Varus here. And it looks like that, oh my god, look at that burst damage coming out from the Varus. Amumu landing the ultimate onto the Ashe as well. Jesus. That was a lot of burst damage coming out. I'm curious, does Shadow Flame show how much damage it's done? No? Yeah. Well, AP Varus might be very, very good, I guess. But that was a 1 and 2 Janna as well, so who knows? Yon looking for the engage, gets 2 of them, but is he able to get the Baron? He is not. Vigo will pick it up. Yon still continuing to fight the Mordekaiser at the end here, and will pick up the kill. Vigo picking up the kill on the Maokai though as well. Will Yon be able to make it out? He early flashes which I think is the safe bet, seeing as the Vigo did have Maokai. That was a nice engage by Reheat. Too bad he wasn't able to land it on the Viego. Yes, that is how the interaction works. If you E as Yon and then get ulted by Mordekaiser, you cannot pull back until the Mordekaiser ult ends. But you will get pulled back immediately after the Mordekaiser ult ends. Honestly, that kind of works in Yon's favor, though. Because the more damage he deals during that. So if he's in it longer, and then gets pulled back, the more damage he does with it. So, if anything, that kind of works in Yon's favor. Yon picking a fight with the Vigo here, but Varus will come break up the 1v1 and pick up the kill. And as I predicted, Pyroan playing very aggressive on this Viego. Constantly picking fights on the IQ side of the map. Tristana eating his turret alive with the Mordekaiser's help. And this is Soul Point, and it is Infernal Soul, which would mean very, very bad news for IQ if this is picked up. And IQ just forcing the Ash Hero misses the Viego. Viego's looking for the kill here. Tristana jumps in. Pyroan gets the kill. And then Empirical blows up the Maokai on the Dragon as well. And it looks like this will be Soul Point going over to GGM. And Empirical doing work on this AP Varus. Vigo stealing the blue buff away from Richie. I would assume that Rihi is building into the Kraken Slayer now. I could be wrong. Seraphine ults the Viego, but isn't able to get him under the turret. And Viego going for more of a one-shot build with the Kraken Slayer Eclipse. Vigo catching Maokai out in his jungle once again. Does he have enough damage to take him out, though? I don't think so. And Maokai, a stray Maokai Q will pick up the rest of the Krugs. Yon looking for the engage onto the Mordekaiser here. I think he's just poking him out at this point. Ash Hero lands onto the Amumu. That's not the target you want, though. Can you burst him before he ults? Doesn't look like Amumu will get the ult off, but he is under turret. And he does survive for a little bit. Seraphine picks up the kill on the Vigo as well and gets that 1,000 gold shutdown. Nicely done by IQ that kind of turned that in their favor just a little bit. It is a 3 for 2, but a lot of gold was just handed over to the side of IQ. And Richie down here kind of giving Mordekaiser the business, while the rest of GGM just clear out Bucci's jungle. He does land the ulti. He did it once again. He flashed the length of the Yon ult. And it is hard to not just like flash wherever your cursor is when you see that happen. So I do understand that is a very common mistake. Like when you see like an Ash Arrow come out the fog, you're just like flash. It doesn't matter where your cursor is, you just flash. So and a lot of times it does end up with you just flashing further in line with the arrow. So Empirical just doing so much work in these team fights. Massive gold leads on the side of Pyroan. 5k on the side of Pyroan in gold lead. 3k for Empirical. So almost the entirety of GGM's gold lead is on their jungler and ADC. And Varus does finish up his Rabadons. I'm genuinely curious to see how much damage his W stacks do. So max of 40% with 3 stacks. And his ult will build up 3 stacks over the duration of the ult. So if you blow that and then you auto attack 3 times, so you can theoretically get if you auto and then ult, you could theoretically blow 3 stacks 3 times in a matter of seconds and just completely obliterate. Vigo catching up the Ashe here. Does she have her ultimate? She does not, and she will just fall. Ooh, big jump cancellation, and Simi no Ma sidesteps the ultimate. Nicely done. I think the mistake that Richie made there was he didn't ult while Tristana was knocked up by the Q, which is a pretty big combo. And it looks like GGM will just take the mid turret, and Empirical is just laying waste to the Maokai. But he does survive. Seraphine will flash forward and take him out. Vigo flashes back after the Seraphine. Big Moo ult to stop the Maokai and the Janna in their tracks. But now Vigo has Seraphine. Can he get the ultimate down? He will. But he will get knocked up by Zed. Zed with a nasty tornado. And it looks like they're going to turn this fight back around. IQ flashing forward. Oh my god. Side of GGM is in major trouble. Mumu isn't able to pick up another kill, but Tristana does TP in. Almost gets a kill on the Janna. Almost got the jump reset, but no. IQ will pick up 4. Big team fight for IQ. GGM isn't able to get this tower on the top side of the map, but IQ coming out of the base swinging there. Nicely done. GGM just a little bit overextended. Oh, okay, but yeah. Yeah, he flashed it. Yes. But you should have known he had flash, Rihi. Come on. It looks like IQ is looking to take the Baron here. A TP deep into IQ's jungle by Stitch. There is no Blast Cone, though. Ooh, big engage by Rihi. Isn't able to pick him up, though. Nicely done. Stitch ulting the Ashe, and I think it will be a kill. Yon turning back onto the Mordekaiser, and he will get it. Umubu is here. Vigo is on his way as well. Ooh, big CC chain onto the Rihi, but they will pick up the Baron. And we got ourselves a game here. IQ fighting for every inch back into this game. But they will have to reset with Elder coming up. And they have Tristana and Vigo on it. And Amumu's W does quite a bit of damage as well. It looks like they're not going to reset. They're just going to contest. A lot of cooldowns blown on the side of IQ this time. Big Seraphine all comes out. Holy crap. And the E hits both the targets, but Tristana will just blow up the Yon. Pyroin slays Zed as well in Yon's body. Are they going to finish the Elder? They do. Tristana's going to jump back in onto the Maokai, and they do have Elders. Maokai should be the next to go down here, and he does. Nicely done. And really big call by GGM to just turn and do Elder when they realized that a lot of the cooldowns were blown for the Baron fight. So very nice call by Pyro in here. I really like Pyro's build here as well. Kraken Slayer with Eclipse and then a 2 tank times of Sterix and Death Stance. Nicely done. Makes him just tanky enough to survive, but also deal a bunch of damage. Can we sidestep my top lane push? And it looks like GGM is gathering up for the final push with this Elder buff. And I don't know if that was a misplay or not, but Sima no Ma's diving in. As big Seraphine all hits the Mordekaiser as well. I don't know what that was, but Simon Omas kind of trolling just a little bit. I think he was thinking that they would kill the turret faster by the time he was jumped in, but I don't know if the jump in was the way to go there. When we bought Duo next season, you're not playing Tristana at all, Tyler. That took it away from me. And IQ going for a mid push here. Finally get this inner mid turret. Ooh, Ashio just misses. Amumu and Vigo on the backside here. And the rest of GGM coming out of base, and they're looking to pinch. Amumu has the flank. Will just single ult the Yon, but I don't know if that's enough. A lot of stuff going on here. Amumu gets taken down. Janna will be taken down next. Yon looking to fight. Tristana ults her away. Maokai in the backline. Elder is still burning. Nicely done by GGM to pinch that. Yon just doesn't have enough damage. And that will be Yo going down as well. And this Ashe will follow. Getting picked up by the Mordekaiser. Tristana getting reset after reset. Trying to chase down the Seraphine. Flashes over the Seraphine, but doesn't have the speed to catch up. And I think GGM will push for a win here. That was a really nice maneuver by GGM to circle around and pinch them in their own jungle. Like, very well played by Pat Jones and Pyrowin. Ooh, a big Seraphine all hits all of them. And big Q damage as well. Isn't enough though. Zed will try to push him up, and nope, the game will end. First game going over to GGM. That was a fun game. It was pretty one-sided for GGM in the early mid-game, but IQ started pushing back and let their pick comp really go into play there, but GGM ends up coming out the victor of game 1. Alright, now I have to go get I should have been better prepared for this. I am not prepared for this. Nope. Alright, game 2, draft lol. And then I'm just going to queue up game 2 in the clients. Get everything set up like I did last time. First thing we do is zoom in. But yeah, I think IQ played that late game very well. GGM just honestly just had a better team fighting comp, which is unfortunate. Not unfortunate that they won or anything. Like I'm not saying that I want IQ to win or anything, but I just feel like IQ was really clawing their way back in that game, like hard fought. Everything they were getting was very hard fought, and what pretty much decided the game was just team comp diff. It seemed like. And that and Pyrowin and Pat Jones making a really crazy pinch play. So, yeah. I gotta switch over. I don't know how to change the stuff without changing the scene, so just bear with me here. I am not well versed on the inner workings of OBS, so Um, all right, game 2 draft. IQ on blue side, GGM on red side. We got okay. Yeah, Seraphine's. Oh, let's go through bands first. Um, Talia, Lilia, and Vigo bands. They and then Nidalee and Kane. They just completely banned up Pyroin. Um, I'm curious to see what he will play, and it looks like it is Trundle. So Trundle in the jungle. I believe they were just talking about that tonight in their cast of the previous games. Um, so and then TF Syndra. Oh, studio mode. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. I'm not sure. um, TF Syndra, Gwen, Cassante, and Yon banned against IQ. Again, it looks like 4 bans against Rihi and then 1 ban against Awesomenator. I don't know if Awesomenator played a game of Syndra and just played really well at some point, but it seems like they're banning that Syndra away from him quite a bit. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll have to tool around with that. Um, all right, picks: Seraphine, Sejuani, and Misfortune in first phase for IQ. Again, I really like Seraphine being picked up in the first phase simply because it is a flex pick. Obviously, we can see that Soraka was picked up, so that will be a Seraphine mid lane. And then Misfortune, ADC, Sejuani in the jungle. And then Varus, Amumu picked up once again. Excuse me. They played that lane very well. Very heavy CC chain. The AP Varus was just bursting even the tankiest members of IQ. So I really like the Varus and Mumu pickup here. I'm assuming that will be Pat Jones again on the Mumu support. Or it might be a Mumu support with Stitch. And then Pat Jones on the Malphite top. Never know. And then Karma being picked up, I'm assuming, for the mid lane. Karma is just a really strong pick all around right now. I don't know if they nerfed her last patch or not. Even if they did, she's still really strong. And then Trundle being picked up on R3. Doesn't have much choice to play anything else, seeing as five of his primary junglers were banned. So he decides to go into the Trundle, which I think is a good matchup for into Sejuani. For a couple of reasons. One being that if Trundle ults Sejuani while she has her passive up, he will steal those bonus stats as well. So he can get even tankier if he decides to lead a fight with ulting the Sejuani. And then GP, Soraka being picked up by a Q. Rihi has been playing a lot of GP, so I'm really not surprised to see that. Blind picking it though is blind picking GP might be a little bit of an interesting choice, but it doesn't seem like GGM really took advantage of that and picked Malphite. So is what it is. Malphite might just be a comfort pick, or he might just not be comfortable playing into a GP. So going with a comfort pick is always the way to go if you're just not sure or not comfortable. So all in all, though, I do really like the Malphite. You have so many options to start a team fight on the side of GGM. So I really like GGM's team comp once again. I don't know about the Soraka pick with the Misfortune. Not a whole lot of synergy there. And honestly, IQ is missing quite a bit of damage. GP does a lot of damage, so is Misfortune. But they're also kind of like you don't really have that third really heavy magic damage source. Seraphine does do a lot of magic damage. Don't get me wrong, but she's not gonna burst the entire team like say Orianna or Syndra or someone like that, you know. So I think IQ lacking quite a bit of damage will be a hindrance in this fight, especially going into the supportive mid lane of Karma with the 3 tank composition of GGM. So we'll see. It might work out, it might not. I don't know. So all right, let's just get into it. Make sure I got everything set up here. Zoomed out. Yada yada. Yes, we did. All right. Let's get going. It looks like it is Stitch. Pat Jones is the one on the bot lane as well. I would say this is probably the only matchup that I would condone Q-Max Comet on Maokai. Not Maokai, Malphite is into Gangplank. It's so hard to trade evenly as a melee matchup with Gangplank. So this is like the only one I condone that with. Amumu just barely missing a bandage toss. And the flash band toss misses, and Ree is able to just walk away. That should not be allowed.
Minions have spawned.
Ree going for an aggressive Doran's Blade start. I always thought that Doran's Ring would be the start on GP just for the mana problems that he faces in the early game. I honestly don't even know if Corrupting Potion is a thing anymore. Like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in so long. So, and I don't build it myself, so I have no idea, honestly. My god, one Karma Q does that. That is just ridiculous. But it is Seraphine, probably one of the squishier champions in the game. So, not surprised to actually see it do that much damage. And Rihi getting a nice early barrel chain. And with the inflamed auto. Rihi barrel chaining very well this game. It might just be Stitch being a little out of position, but... I think this bot lane is going to be very interesting. Very passive. A very passive support in Soraka, who can also play very aggressive, but not so aggressive as like a Lulu, with a Misfortune who tends to want to play very, very aggressive. And an early trade going on in the mid lane here. Karma will get the root down, and Trundle is here, and Seraphine has to flash. Will Sejuani try to go for the Karma? No, he will not. Ooh, nice band shots going down onto Misfortune here. She will take a tower shot. But Soraka is just going to heal her right back up. You know what? Their mid lane inspires me too. And Pyro is just waiting in the jungle here for the Sejuani. Playing super aggressive. Soraka is here though. Pyro in a little bit of risky business here, but Misfortune is caught out by it. Oh, big ult Karma Q coming out. Will chunk out the Sejuani and Misfortune. They both have to walk away. Sejuani and Misfortune both had the flash, and Zed ended up using his heal. And we got a 4v4 fight in the IQ jungle at red buff. Seraphine getting pitched against the wall. A perfectly placed Trundle pillar. Amumu is caught out here though. Or is he the one catching them? Wow, that was a perfect Trundle pillar. Absolutely perfect. And it looks like the red buff will go over to the Trundle. And Pyro walking away with it. And a kill on the virus too. See, if I was gonna go Q-Max Comet Malphite though, I'd go Dorn's Ring over Dorn's Shield. Or at least make a or at least make a like early back with teleport. But yeah, the mana problems are pretty ridiculous on Q-Max Malphite. He's not falling too far behind his CS though, so he is making the most of it here. Trundle is waiting here in the bush to gank this bot lane. Mumu is wrapping around as well, and it looks like this gank might go full fling. Only Soraka has the flash, so I'm assuming that the side of GGM knows this and should focus the misfortune, and it looks like they will. The late cleanse comes out, doesn't really do a whole lot. Nicely done by GGM. And GGM picking up a solo kill onto the Sejuani as well. Simino Mas solo killing the Sejuani. My god, that's so much damage. And the root will fall. Does Karma have her? Yes, she does. And hits him with both explosions. One more Karma Q should do it, but it looks like Seraphine's going to be able to get behind the minions. And it looks like GGM is going for that dragon. 6-minute dragon. We're looking at an early soul once again. Assuming that dragons will be taken on spawn. How many doubloons? Or silver serpents, I guess. Only 69. I don't know if that's good or bad for this stage in the game. Nice. Not a whole lot happening. A little dancing around the grubs here. It looks like Richie will be getting caught out here. But big barrel train onto the Karma. Reheat tries to flash the Malphite ultimate, but is led. So he flashes straight into it anyway. Almost kills the Karma. Just not enough damage. Nicely done by Stitch to lead that ultimate, honestly. I feel like most people are tempted to just ult right on top of him. But he led it a little bit just in case he did flash forward. And that was very nicely done by Stitch. So nice, solid early game lead of 2K for the side GGM, 5-0. Slight CS lead in the jungle and in the mid lane. He really did. Stitch did save your life. That was a very well placed Malphite ultimate. Coming for someone that plays quite a bit of Malphite myself, you know, like I'm a professional in these sort of things. And honestly, I think Misfortune's playing a little aggressive here. I'm kind of surprised that Pat Jones isn't looking for the bandage on these guys. Ooh, almost another perfectly placed pillar. But Seraphine will just flash away. I'm curious if he maxes pillar second or not. I know a lot of people do just to lower the cooldown, because that is a pretty fight-changing ability if you use it correctly. So I don't know. Do you max it second, Pyrowin? Fair enough. I'm sure there are situations where you will max at second. But yeah, maybe not this game. Is it just support Trundle? Okay. Malphite looking for a trade here. And we'll just go up and smack him and walk away. Malphite just doing Malphite things. And yeah, he didn't have the minions for a freeze, so I support the heavy push here. Oh, I don't know why that was just covering that. Yeah, that's true. I think Trundle W is one of the strongest basic abilities in the game. Also true. It's pretty much just used for one pick and then the fight's done. That's true. Alright. Enough talking to the chat. Malphite trying to get this shoved in, but he's just gonna leave. That poor cannon gold doesn't get it. I don't know, I don't think Malphite's ever really in danger of dying at this point with the ninja tabbies in it. Ooh. Mumu lands the bad shots on Misfortune, but we'll just flash over. Pyro and follows up. Varus as well. 2 flashes blown outside GGM to pick up the kill. Will Trundle be able to run down the Soraka? Sejuani is here. Is 6. Nope. Varus just picks it up with the final auto. Nice invade coming out from GGM. I think a lot of people need to like rewatch the GGM games. If anyone could delete that message, if there's an admin, Tyler. I think people need to watch the GGM games because you learn a lot about how Pyron plays. He plays super aggressive. It says you are right on the is that just Twitch Prime? Well, I'm not an admin on. Yeah, I'm not an admin on this account that I'm on right now, but oh well, I can stay there. And Pyron looking to pick up the second dragon of the game. He will. 2 early dragons, looking for an early soul. Yeah, Pyron plays super aggressive. And I think that's kind of a key of beating GGM is to learn how Pyron plays and his pathing. So keeping tabs on him. Just some hints on how to beat Pyroin. Thank you, Zesty. I'm really just looking forward to these mid-game team fights. There's a lot of explosive tools on both sides to use to set up these team fights, and I'm kind of wondering if it's along the lines of if you pull the trigger first, you lose because the counter gauge is too good. Oh my god. Alt Karma Q is just so strong. Sejuani is on the other side here, though. It doesn't matter. Seeming Namas picking up the solo kill. Mumu does come out to pick up the Sejuani. Sejuani fails the flash and will go down as well. Big play by Tyler and by Simi Nomas. Nicely done. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much what I said, but I said it in less words. keep tabs. I don't know. Your team does a really good job of backing you up, which I think is a big step towards the success of your invades. So. Malphite doesn't get the empowered auto onto him. Trundle is just going through the turret. And it looks like it will be a clean semi-dive, I guess you can call it. Grub's eating up this turret. And GGM making short work of it. Seraphine probably going to get caught out here once again. Trundle doesn't have his pillar up though. Ooh, max range bandage toss, and it will be followed up by the Varus ultimate. But I don't know if... No, I think Misfortune cleansed it. Sejuani is on the backline here though. Misses the Amumu with her Q. But Jubilee able to pick it up anyway. The slow part of Sejuani just missed. Her Q should be coming up here shortly. I don't know if they're going to go for a dive here or not. I think it's a really risky dive. Okay, and it is successful. Julie taking a massive tower shot. Sejuani walking out with 1/3 health. And that's kind of the thing about team play though, Pyro, is you're able to call that out. And then you can get mad at your team if they don't rotate with you, you know? Ooh, Mumu looking to defend this turret. Will get snared down by the Soraka silence though, and big damage going down onto him. But I think he does successfully defend the turret. Nicely done. Pat Jones putting his life on the line to defend the turret. Trundle going straight through the turret himself. But it looks like Seraphine will just be able to walk away. I believe that Pyron hits you. I really do. You don't have to convince me otherwise. I know what I do for Miss Cannons. Can't be any worse for me. It looks like GGM was looking to make another aggressive invade into IQ's red side jungle, but we're spotted out. Dragon will be spawning in 10 seconds here, and GGM has the setup. And Pyroan laying down the Rift Herald, the classic Rift Herald, right before Dragon. And it looks like Pyroan might just lead it in, but the big engage comes out. Amumu is able to get his ult off before he dies, and it looks like Gangplank will fall next. Trundle has brought the Rift Herald in. Big Seraphine ult lands on 3, lands on 4. Sejuani is getting caught in the backline by himself, but Pyroan will flash forward with the Titanic Hydra and take down the Soraka. Big Misfortune ult to try and space him away. Not enough damage to take down the Pyroan though. Just way too tanky with that 1 health item. And it looks like the better of the fighting goes the way of GGM. Trundle looking to go even harder. The big snare coming out of the Seraphine, but not enough. Does pick up the Trundle though. Blue side TP, that will be Rihi coming in. Malphite goes back. Ooh, Rihi not able to connect the barrel chain. And are IQ able to pick up this dragon though? That is the question. Pyron is up in 4. It is not a Hextech soul, so there are no gates. And it looks like Malphite does not have ultimate. Muma doesn't have ultimate either. So 2 of the big engage tools on the side of GGM is not there. But oh my god, Karma is just dishing out the damage. Sibino Mas doing so much work and is able to poke them off. And it looks like GGM will clean up the dragon here. Sejuani might go for the steal, but I don't entirely foresee that happening. Late flash, but misses also. Nicely done by Sibino Mas to shove them off of the dragon like that. And it looks like Rihi is caught buying, but is able to get out. Sejuani engages back to save his teammate, but he is caught out himself, and it looks like he will go down. Misfortune does not have the ultimate. That would have been a huge ult angle. The barrel timers are not in Rihi's favor. Wow. GGM just taking complete control of this game. Ooh, big Malphite ultimate going down onto the ultimate Misfortune. The Seraphine ult comes out and it lands 2, but not before 2 on the side of IQ go down. And it looks like they're just using the grub minions to tank this turret. Karma finds Gameplank in the jungle, does some damage, but Gameplank is getting the better of this. But Seaman Omas has some backup, and he will just go down to Empirical. Wow, big team fights coming out for GGM here. And I think a lot of that has to do with Seaman Omas on the Karma just completely dropping nukes on IQ. I'm curious. It's situations like these when I, big smite steal coming out from Pyro in there. It's situations like these where I really want to hear the comms on the side of IQ. Like how are they talking? Like what's their plan to get back into this game? It looks like Malphite just come in for the flank and is on the Seraphine. Gameplank is here though, drops a massive barrel chain. Big Seraphine ultimate. Splits up the Trundle and the Malphite. It looks like Malphite has not gone down yet. He ults backwards to get out of the fight, but also knock up the Sejuani. And it looks like this fight will be going to the side of GGM as well. Karma looking for the misfortune here. Does she have the damage though? And she does. Tyler picking up a solo kill in the bot lane. Wow. Cross map 0 for 4. Or 4 for 0 for GGM. You see, you say that, Tyler, and it makes me think that there is a moment where you just completely int. So I'm going to say there's a 100% chance. It looks like GGM will be picking up the Baron. Big plays coming out for GGM. Playing super aggro in the jungle. Pyron using just his massive lead to completely take control of the game. Having the backup of his team as well, always a bonus for any jungler. And Rush is the Wit's End second item. And was building in the Triforce, but sold it. I'm not sure what he's going to be building now. I'm assuming that's going to be Asterix. I think Asterix would be the right call. Yeah, they confuse me too, Byron. They really do. The build paths are just interesting. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before the fight, I'm really curious as to what IQ is thinking right now. Like, how do you claw yourself back from a 10k deficit? My idea of it would be just a turtle. Let the waves crash. Even give up your second tier towers, and let them crash into your base towers, and just farm it out. You're not gonna be able to contest for soul. You're just gonna have to give it. And Gameplank looking for a trade on the Malphite here, but Malphite is just too tanky. Has so much armor. Tries to flash away. The Seraphine ult even comes out as well. Malphite just ults after him and gets the kill. Solo kill going over to Stitch. Literally nothing but armor on that Malphite right now. Amumu looking for engage angle, but isn't able to get it. Pyroin takes the blast going over the wall. Very aggressive tower dive coming out from Pyroin. Pyroin lives. Is able to flash out of the wall to safety. Amumu will go down in his place though. All the while, Malphite taking the top lane turret. Karma took the bot lane turret and is working on the inhib, but is going to get pushed out by the Seraphine, it looks like. Sejuani tried to lead the flash, but isn't able to connect it. Is she able to get the kill though? Little fun fact. Sejuani's major damage ability, her W, does all physical. And Rihi tried to steal the dragon away. Interesting choice, but he's taken down. And then Misfortune is just utterly destroyed. Karma just dealing massive damage over to that Soraka. Pretty much one rotation, sir. And just 3 kills across the map for GGM. See, even with nothing but armor items, so I guess he does have, is that Canic Rookin? No, Unending is spare. So that's also an armor item. And Sejuani and Seraphine aren't able to take him down. Big Seraphine all comes out, clips too. Amumu does dive into the backline, but doesn't have the ultimate ready. It looks like IQ is looking for this fight. Varusal comes out onto Rihi. Does not get him down though. Big Soraka ult saves quite a few members of the side of IQ, but GGM will just take down the Sejuani in replacement. Amumu re-engaging out into Misfortune. It looks like she will go down as well. And the tank side of GGM come out victorious once again. It's looking like, well, it's not over yet. Barrel Train does barely any damage to that Maokai. Rihi trying to get a kill onto the Trundle, but he will not fall down. Trundle living for like the 12th time this game with a sliver of health. And it looks like the game's not over yet. GGM will walk away, leaving a completely open base. Reset. Maybe fight. Maybe fight over the Baron. I'm not sure. I don't think IQ should try and contest it either way. I think just going for one last team fight in the base is probably the only thing they can do. If they leave the base to go contest Baron, they'll probably lose their Nexus to 3 waves of supers. So IQ's pretty much got one more team fight in them. And they have to win. And it looks like GGM is just playing this really safe. It looks like they are convening for the Baron. We'll pick that up and maybe make one final push into... Ooh, almost a canceled Blast Cone. Does knock the Gromp over the wall, though. I think this is the right call by GGM. Play it safe, get the Baron, push with this Baron Super Waves, and just... end by sheer force, or just take the team fight with the Baron buff. And they're all backing. Picking up potions for the final fight, good idea. It's quite unfortunate that the GP didn't get off the ground this game, because I think the GP was kind of a major win condition. MF finally had 3 items with that IE, Kraken Slayer, Lord Doms. So she will be dishing out damage, but is there really any way to stop the 3 front lines of GGM from getting on Misfortune? They have the hard CC of the Seraphine ult and the Sejuani ult, and they have the silence of the Soraka, but that's about it. Sejuani getting caught out in their own jungle, has to use the ultimate on the Trundle to try and get away. A nice pillar will stop the Sejuani from going any further, and she will fall. Big Karma Q coming out. Malphite ult as well. Misfortune is just taken down. Seraphine ult does clip the Varus and almost takes him down, but the game will be over. And they're all backing. Yeah. Yeah. GG going over to GGM 2-0. Can't really ask for a better result than that for a win, I guess. So, pretty dominating gameplay for by GGM. IQ in the first game was able to claw back quite a bit, but this game was pretty much all side of GGM. And I think as much as people can put a price tag on Pyrowin, um, a lot of what he does, especially after casting these games, is because of his team. So, yeah, 7 is the price for Pyrowin. Um, but his team is nothing to be laughed at either. So don't look at his team as a bunch of low numbers because they do what they need to do. Pat Jones made a lot of really good plays that game. A lot of backline and movement ults, landing those good bandages. Stitch showed up particularly well in the Malphite. Was landing some nicely done Malphite ults as well. Um, and Seaman Omas on the Karma was just dishing out the pain. The entire dragon fight that they poked him out and then cleaned him up after taking the dragon was pretty much because of him. So, yeah, Pyron might be the highest priced player in the league, but he has a solid team around him. So, GG going over to GGM. All right, I'm gonna take a short break and then I will cast the KO1 games as well tonight. Unless anyone wants to do it and get some of their casting requirements out of the way. But I just want to make sure they're done by Wednesday. So I'm gonna take like 10 minutes and I'll cast the games. If Will or anybody else wants to cast this next game to get their game requirements out of the way, just let me know, and I will not cast it. So you got 10 minutes to decide. All right, be back. All right. So I'm gonna end this stream just and then start up again, just so it's a separate VOD from the previous game. So I'll be right back.